Sup guys, Zeke and Make It here, the Bully Boy himself, coming at you with another episode of Trash Talk with Bully Boy. Today, we have a very talented guest. He is a beat producer, he is a filmmaker, he is a turntablist, he is the newest member of the Phsyc Ward Crew. He is the one, the only, Uncool Sam. Okay, 3.
How you doing, dude?
Yeah, good. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Good. Just doing a bit of work today, chilling out. Just finished editing a video.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, it's been a bit of back and forth. What about yourself? What have you been up to, man?
Yeah, I've been good in this corona lockdown thing. We've been starting this podcast.
That's it. What a good time to do it.
Yeah.
Love the hat. I noticed you had Grievous on the other day. That's sick.
Yeah, thanks. I got this ages ago. Grievous sent this in the mail. He also got me his other albums, My Escape and Game Over.
Yeah, Grievous is a king. He's a good lad.
Yeah. Hey, speaking about the corona lockdown, what are you doing to keep busy in this corona lockdown?
Oh, well, to be honest, the lockdown, I've been working mostly through it. Surprisingly, I thought that my work would slow down quite a lot, but it's actually been more busier than ever. I've been working 7 days a week, basically, just because I think most people, because everyone else is in lockdown, everyone's writing lots of music and stuff like that. Like the videos is a hard thing because I do video clips as well as recording music and making music. A lot of people, I think, just have a lot of spare time in the lockdown. So they're coming to me going, oh, well, I've got all these songs written. Let's, still record and stuff like that. So I've just been working through it. I haven't had a lot of time, but any chance I do get, I'll probably play some games or something like that. Play a bit of Rocket League, bit of PUBG. What about yourself? What have you been doing during lockdown? Because you're off school, right? So. Yeah,
off school because school holidays were supposed to start actually now, but I've been out of school because of this corona stuff, and we don't want to get sick and everything. And my dad's been teaching us some cool stuff, like we've learned how to throw axes and.
That's sick. That's sick. Have you been to that? There's that cool place. I think there's one that's opened up in NWA where you throw axes. There's actually like a place you can go, and you like full on throw tomahawks and stuff like that. Have you seen that?
No, not yet. I haven't seen that. We went to this bush place. Like we went to this farm, and there was a big wood stump that we just threw axes at, and it was fun.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Your dad's always taking you to the cool stuff, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, okay. So you've been making beats for a long time now. Well, yeah, a long time. So who inspired you to start making beats?
There's a producer, I believe he's from Estonia. I might actually be wrong on that. I'm going to actually Google it right now. His name's Grammatic. So this is a dude, if you haven't heard this dude, you have to go check him out, man. He's one of the best producers in the world. Where's he from? He's from Slovenia. So, not Estonia, even close, but he one of the best producers ever. He makes heaps of dope beats, and he's what originally got me into making beats. He's sort of known a lot in the producer community, but not really a lot outside of that, I found. But other than that, stuff like, I got into rap through Eminem, so I guess you could say Dr. Dre is probably obviously one of them. But there's DJ Premier has been one of my favorite producers. There's another producer called Marco Polo, Pete Rock, who also came with DJ Premier a few years ago on their tour. Pete Rock versus DJ Premier, that was awesome. They're like lots of boom bap inspired producers, so like really heavy drums and stuff like that. That's sort of the style that I really base a lot of my beats around, and I sort of stole it from those guys anyway. So, but I think like early Dre stuff. All of Dre stuff, but DJ Premier and Grammatic would probably have to be my two biggest influences, American-wise. And then then same with, from Australia's point of view, there's a producer called Trials, and he's very heavy boom bap as well. So it's just sort of the stuff that I grew up listening to. I like the drums when they hit hard and stuff like that.
Yeah. with the drums, you actually happened like I saw a video that you posted on your YouTube and social medias of medley you did with the hip hop, and you
Yeah.
played the drums. Yeah, that was super cool, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I got him just behind me at the back of the studio.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's sick.
I'm teaching my girlfriend how to play drums, so.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna become like a White Stripes family, and she'll be on the drums, I'll be on guitar or something.
Yeah, that's sick. So with recording and like making music for people, who's your favorite person to record with?
Who I record?
Yeah.
Oh man, there's so many. There's so many that I really enjoy with, and there's different people that I love recording for different reasons. There's some people who I just love having laughs with when I record, and they're good dudes. But man, one of the best dudes I use him as an example all the time. But Complete gets it hands down. Like Complete, shout out, fellow TPW member, and just absolute don. You got to see that dude record, man. When he's in the studio, I don't think anybody puts as much effort and as much passion into his recordings as he does. Like you watch him in the booth and he'll shake when he's recording just because he puts so much like passion into it, and he'll do like 100 takes before he really like goes, oh yeah, that's the take. So it's a bit hard that in that regard to work with, but he always gets such a good result out of his recordings, and yeah, probably one of the best to record in that regard. Like really has a massive holds himself to a high standard for how he records, which is awesome. So. But yeah, Complete. But there's heaps of dudes I love. Phsyc Ward, man, always a fun dude to record. Heresy, fun dude, and yeah, just a lot of dudes I love having laughs with and stuff like that. So it's just I value that over really like people's recording ability, just more having laughs and stuff like that. We try and keep it as fun as possible in the studio. So
Yeah. So with your name, Uncle Sam, I saw that you changed your name from Uncle Sam to Uncool Sam.
Yeah.
What happened? How did you become so uncool?
Oh, mate, I was always uncool, never cool. That's what it should have been changed. You never cool Sam. But basically, I only got called Uncle Sam because back when I was with my crew, Intrusive Thoughts, and we were like making heaps of music, I felt like I was the more responsible one of the crew, and people would be like, "Oh, Uncle Sam, you're Uncle Sam." Like I'd be like, "Don't drink too much. We got to do this. We got to do that." So I was always the responsible one, and the reason I ended up like so that name just sort of stuck with me. But I wanted to avoid the comparisons with the US Uncle Sam and stuff like that. Just when you type in Uncle Sam, there's no way to actually find me. So it was a joint decision of wanting to separate myself from that, with the whole American side of things, but also just to make it so it's a bit more unique from my point of view. And yeah, I mean, that's all part of my shtick. I'm not trying to be cool or anything like that. I'm a nerdy dude. I like my computers. I just love beats and shit like that and raps. So I'm not trying to be the cool dude. And I feel like lots of people that know me know that. So it's something that's sort of it's sort of part of who I am, but it's a double that, At least you can search my name now and not see 100 dudes with grey hair and big hats and I want you sort of thing,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the main reason.
Mm-hmm. And so with all these beats that you've made, what's your favorite beat that you have made in total?
Oh, dude, I have no idea, man. It depends like every single week. Every week, the latest beat I will make, I'm like, this is the best beat I've ever made. But then, a week later, I'll be like, oh, that's terrible. It's totally, man, that's a really hard one. To be honest, I wouldn't even know. Like, there was a beat I made recently. There's a beat that I'm remaking for my mate Jake, and it was a beat that samples this really old song that I love called Sister Bessie. It's hard to really answer that question. There's so many dope beats. I shouldn't say that I've made. There's so many beats that I've made which I've thought at the time that this is my favorite beat and this will be my forever beat that I'm like, yeah, look back on. But it changes all the time, you know what I mean? Just like everything.
Yeah, true.
I can't answer. Nor can I think of one, but even if I thought of it, it wouldn't be right to say that's my favorite beat. So
yeah, no, that's right. Where you even with music, you also do film clips for other people. So what was the first film clip that you recorded?
First film clip I ever did was for Complete. And shout out to Complete because he's the one that actually taught me how to do filming. So, well, how to edit, I should say. I mean, he taught me a lot about filming and back cameras, but he was the one that initially got me into it. I wanted to do it for a while. Like back in the day, I bought a bunch of camera gear, but never did anything with it. And he was the one that really, because I saw him doing all his own clips, and me and him are good mates. But the first one I did was for his song Resolutions. So it was a really, really simple clip. I shot it, and I think we both edited it, but that was the first one that I had my hands on the camera, and so it was a sick project to do for my first one. Bit of a high threshold to meet, but but I owe everything to that dude for showing me everything. So I wouldn't be doing clips nearly as good as I am if it wasn't for him. So shout out Complete.
Yeah, I've looked through Complete's YouTube, and you see his old music videos that he's recorded, like "Get Off My Lawn," and all the editing he's done. It's cool.
Yeah, he's an absolute gun with it, and I think his ability to make visual content that matches his music is probably one of the reasons why he's so big, because he just releases so many clips, and it's where a lot of people need to step their game up in marketing. Is people feel very comfortable in the booth and recording, but they need to feel more comfortable on video, because it's a video world nowadays. And if you're not making videos or visual content for your music's just not going to get listened to. It's just a matter of fact. There is the rare cases where things do just spread like wildfire without it, but the video is often the form that people will see before they hear the music. So the video's like job is to bring them in for someone to even like the music. So yeah. So nowadays it's more important than ever,
Yeah. So you've been friends with the TPW for like ages, and you became a member of the TPW. How did you feel when you became a member of the TPW?
I was spun out, man. To be honest, I didn't believe it. I thought they were pranking me. Because everyone goes, "Oh, we saw it coming." I was like, I didn't see it coming. I was doing the Death Rattle Tour with them, and Omac, Misk, and Shell sat me down like it was an intervention with the cameras out, and they were like, "So, if you could be a part of any crew, what crew would you want to be a part of?" And I thought they were like pranking me or something, trying to get me to like. I was just like, "What is going on?" But I was chuffed, man. Like, yeah, all those dudes are really solid dudes, good mates, and like, yeah, I got all the time of day for them. So for them, wanting to make it official, I was like, let's do it.
Yeah. With the Death Rattle Tour you were talking about just then, what was your favorite part of that tour?
I mean, I'm not gonna say which show, but definitely. Like, there were so many shows which really, like, the shows were obviously the best part. There's a lot of hard parts with touring, with like moving around constantly and eating terrible food, and just, your body starts to feel it. But like, the shows were definitely what made it worth it. At the end of the night, when you were like, and I was spun out too, because that was the biggest tour that I've ever done, and like one of the main tours I've ever done, like there was 19 shows. So to go across the country and see everybody just screaming the lyrics to, his music, I was just spun out, just going, holy crap, Like,
yeah.
But definitely traveling. I got to see, the best part is I got to see pretty much all of Australia, the places I've never been before, for free, making music, playing music, I should say, with my mates. Yeah, and traveling around, getting paid, like, that's living the dream right there. So I guess it sounds like a cop-out answer, but the whole traveling experience was probably the best part of the tour. I guess that's the tour itself, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. My favorite part was just the show in whole total, because me, my friends, Kate and Kai, we just went, and it was the sickest thing ever.
That's sick, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh shit, you're frozen. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Okay.
There's probably dead spots in this room where I'll lose connection. I like to pace around while I talk, so don't mind me if I'm just walking around the place.
Oh no, that's fun, man. So where do you think you'll see yourself in 5 years?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a good question. Hopefully, out of the house that I'm currently in a little bit of a bigger house, my own house. But man, I'm just trying to focus on music in the next few years. I want to grow Drop Shot Media. So I want to start just doing more clips. This whole year and last year, and I guess every year before, but mainly this year has just been non-stop grind. Like the business has been bigger than it ever has. You know, I'm working 7 days a week just to keep up with the demand, which is like a blessing. You know, I'm not complaining about that. That's amazing. So I'm just trying to just grow and just see how big we can get it. How big, you know, I want to just keep moving up the chain, doing clips for bigger artists, pushing myself with bigger clips and pushing myself with different beats. That's something I've been trying to do a lot more, is really challenge myself musically and not fall into safety with beats. You know, it's easy when you're making beats to go, oh, this sort of person would want this sort of a beat, but rather you just delivering a safe beat to, you know, people to buy or whatever, is try and make something really challenging, which pushes them, because people are looking for something different. And it's like, you know, you gotta push the envelope and try and make something really, really different in order to really change the industry. So I guess that's my goal, is to try and do something different, as different as I can be, and at the same time trying to grow as much as possible.
Yeah, nice. And the coronavirus, like, because everyone's in lockdown, you'd be growing a whole lot more, because everyone would be bored and just wanting to make music. So they just come to you and like ask for beats and that.
Yeah, well, that's it. And people are online more than ever because, you know, they're at home. So it's a great time to be releasing music, and people see that everyone's online, just sitting on social media, bored out of their brains. So people are like, let's put out our music now, and you know, you got a bigger audience for it because people are at home. So
Yeah. Okay. So that's all for today. Thanks for coming on my show, Uncle Sam.
thanks, man. I really appreciate you fucking having me on. I'm sure I'll see you in the ring soon anyway. So
Yeah.
have you got any fights or anything coming up?
Nah, because of this corona stuff, coronavirus, things are cancelled, which sucks. We were supposed to
let the virus beat him now instead of you. So
yeah. Okay. Cool.
yeah.
All right,
Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
No worries, bro. Thanks for coming on.
Chat soon. Catch you later, man. Bye.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
Thanks for tuning in on my 4th episode of Trash Talk with Bully Boy. Thanks for Uncle Sam for coming on the show. If you want to get some beats or music videos done, go check out his website, Dropshot Media. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. See ya!